Hello, you're watching ERi-TV English News Broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Han Brakhat. Let's first look at the top stories that are making headlines today. Independence Day is celebration's epitome of strong resilience. Warm reception of Independence Torch. Nearly 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers in Mariupol steel plant have surrendered. UK inflation hits 9%, highest since 1982. Nationals who gave their perspectives to ERi said that Independence Day celebration is an epitome of the strong and relentless resistance and perseverance of the Eritrean people. They also said that Independence Day celebration is a day in which they remember the heavy sacrifice paid and renew their pledge to reinforce participation and contribute in preserving it and play their part in the national development, indicating that this year's Independence Day is being celebrated at a time in which Eritrea registered shining victory is in various sectors as well as in international sports competitions. Mr. Emmanuel Bain from the US said that the coming of diaspora Eritreans to celebrate the Independence Day at home has its special meaning. The residents also wished happy Independence Day to the people of Eritrea inside the country and abroad, as well as to the Eritrean Defense Forces. The Independence Torch that is touring 5 subzones in the southern region was accorded warm reception upon arriving at Misilam Dam, Dubarwa subzone. The Independence Torch began its journey on 16 May from the Dekamahara front, where the last offensive for total independence of Eritrea was conducted. Upon receiving the Independence Torch from the administrator of the Dekamahara subzone, Mr. Yamana Aberra, the administrator of Dubarwa subzone, Mr. Frowangel Takhlahimanus, said that Independence Torch is the symbol of perseverance and pride, as well as strong resilience and commitment of the Eritrean people. The effort to expand social service provision institutions in Nakfa subzone, northern Red Sea region, are significantly contributing in improving the livelihoods of the residents. The comment was made by Mr. Yaqub Idris, administrator of Nakfa subzone, in an interview conducted with ERi-TV in connection with the 31 Independence Day celebrations. Further indicated that strong effort was conducted in the last 31 years of independence with the view of reconstructing war-destroyed infrastructure and social service provision, institutions as well as village regrouping activities. Mr. Yaqub said that several social services including educational, health, potable water supply, transportation and communication have been put in place in the 11 administrative areas of the subzone, significantly improving the livelihoods of the residents. Mr. Yaqub said that educational institutions including 15 modern schools, 30 tents, and 37 stations for adult education as well as 10 potable water supply projects, of which 3 are solar powered and 7 hand pumped, have been put in place, ensuring 70% of potable water supply demand. Regarding health service, Mr. Tasfai Iyop, head of social service in units in Nakfa subzone, on his part, said that currently there are 1 hospital, 3 health stations, and 5 health depots providing commendable health service to the public, resulting in significant increase of the number of pre- and postnatal visits by pregnant women and reduction of mother and the child death rates thereon. Regarding agriculture, Mr. Tasfai said that over 4,800 hectares of farmland is being cultivated and bee and animal farming activities are in good condition. Mr. Tasfai finally noted that commendable progress has been registered in the transportation and communications service expansion effort and expressed conviction that the remaining work will be accomplished within a short period of time. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 3 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospital in the central region have recovered fully and have been discharged from the facility. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 9,636, while the number of deaths stands at 103. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date stands at 9,751. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 18 May 2022. We will be back with international news. Stay tuned. The Russian Defense Ministry says that nearly 1,000 Ukrainian troops holed up in their last stronghold in Mariupol have handed themselves over. Russian Defense Ministry spokesman said on Wednesday that 694 Ukrainian soldiers surrendered over the previous 24 hours. That brings the total of Ukrainian troops who have left the plant this week to 959. Ukrainian authorities did not confirm the latest numbers, but there were 29 wounded soldiers among the 694 troops who had surrendered over the past 24 hours. Ukrainian fighters extracted from the last bastion of resistance in Mariupol were taken to a former penal colony in enemy-controlled territory, and a top military official hoped they could be exchanged for Russian prisoners of war. But a Moscow lawmaker said they should be brought to justice. The Russian parliament planned to take up a resolution Wednesday to prevent the exchange of fighters who held out for months inside the steelworks plant while Mariupol was under siege, according to Russian news agencies. Inflation in the United Kingdom surged last month to its highest annual rate in 40 years. Official data show piling pressure on the government to step up assistance for households facing a worsening cost of living crisis. Consumer price inflation hit 9% in April, the Office for National Statistics said on Wednesday, surpassing the peaks of the early 1990s recession that many Britons remember for sky-high interest rates and widespread mortgage defaults. The UK now has the highest inflation rate of Europe's 5 biggest economies and almost certainly of the group of 7 countries, with Canada and Japan yet to report figures for April. Neither is likely to match Britain's inflation level. The release of the data led to a drop in the value of sterling, which was down 0.6% against the US dollar at 8:16 GMT. While the government has said it now has a £22 billion package of support for households, much of this cancelled out by the effect of recent tax increases on workers. Before we close for today's news, let's have a recap of the headlines today. Independence Day celebrations epitome of strong resilience. Warm reception of Independence Torch. Nearly 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers in Mariupol steel plant have surrendered. UK inflation hits 9% highest since 1982. That was all for today's news. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.